Well, sorry it's dirty. It sat outside for the daytime while it was here waiting patiently for parts to show up. You wouldn't know it at the moment because it's dusty. But this is a mirror finish paint job on this car. The owner even told me it doesn't matter if this thing gets dirty. He's like, but I will clean it. Because if you touch it, it will scratch the paint. And I'm like, oh, I know exactly what you're talking about, especially with black. Like you can touch it I can touch that paint with my hands and I'll put scratches into the finish that's on this polished car. So this car's gorgeous. It sounds rowdy. I'm trying to get things started for tomorrow, so I figured I'd get in here and just a beautiful interior in this car. Well, I'm starting to go back together. I was able to figure out the part number for the spring that was bad, or the snap ring. So you can see I got my case all cleaned up. I cleaned the RTV off the tail shaft. I put in a new tail shaft bushing because the one that was in it was pretty beat. So new tail housing or tail shaft bushing, new tail shaft seal. I've got a new band and new clutches for the forward clutch. They weren't burnt real bad, but they were discolored enough and hot spotted. I decided to just put new ones in it. So as I get this thing back together, we'll be putting it back into the 67 Pontiac Firebird. I've got my new collector gaskets, which are right here. My Ultra Seals. And I have my transmission cable adapter end, which is a very important part of making our transmission shift correctly. I am going to go ahead and put a new filter in it. I did find one thrust bearing that was in backwards. It probably wouldn't have hurt anything, but it's designed to go in a way, and that's the way they want to be. So we'll keep moving forward with this project, get this trans assembled hopefully tonight so I can install it tomorrow. Got a bunch of cars here to get done this week, and I have to make a run down to North Carolina to pick up a parts car on Wednesday. So I'm going to be short time this week. Lots to do. Lots to do. Keep working. Alright, well, we're wrapping up this poncho. You can see where they had the TV cable attached before. This guy here actually bolts onto the bracket there. And I gotta look at the directions because they covered the directions with the sticker. I don't know if that sticker will come off or not, but this is the correct piece. It puts your arc of the pull on your cable to the correct point, and then you adjust your cable so that at wide open throttle there's zero slack, and that gets your TV cable where it needs to be. So let's get that on there. See that? There we go. You can probably see that better. So it points to the back. Let's get it installed. I do like these. I do like these a lot. This car is rather spectacular. I'm not a huge red interior guy, but this one works with the black. This is more of a, it's like a dark red instead of like the bright reds. I like the ox blood reds, which is even darker than this, especially in a dark blue or black car. It looks fabulous. But yeah, this is a spectacular specimen. It's a little dirty, although all you do is breathe on it and it gets dirty because it's a black car. Well, let's get this thing moving in the right direction. because I've been working on it. Had some parts I had to order in from out of town, and it took a while. Hey, there's a truck there. We'll let him pull out of the way. Sounds like it might have a little bit of cam in it, some compression.
It's got a sound to it. It's got a 3-inch exhaust in this thing too.
One side's up with wire, the other side's still dangling by an actual hanger. But that's the next stage. We got to make it not destroy itself. Which it's a 200 behind a Pontiac, so it's kind of borderline anyway.
Holding on by fingernails.
Yeah, get through your overdrive. 200s can be built well. 700 ours can too, but it's a lot.
This probably makes 550 foot-pounds of torque.
I'm sure it's north of 500 foot-pounds of torque. So a 4L80E would be what I would choose behind it, but they don't make those in a BOP pattern, unfortunately.
Yeah.
That's the nice thing about the 200R is this one specifically is dual pattern, but a lot of them were dual pattern, so it'll bolt up to anything. Yeah. Chevy, Caddy, Buick, Olds, Pontiac. 6.5 turbo diesel, bolt up to all of them. So that test drive was soft and gentle because I'm still making sure my fluid levels are right. It's shifting through where it needs to go, doing what it needs to do. I did tighten up my TV cable a little bit. It wasn't quite where I wanted it to be, but I just went up, hit the roundabout, came back, double checked fluid. Fluid's looking good. Car sounds amazing. I am still waiting on the Speedo drive gear that goes in the bullet at the back of the transmission. It had a groove on it, and even though I put a new seal inside of it, it doesn't feel like it's going to seal correctly. So to prevent the speedometer cable from getting filled up with transmission fluid and then leaking all over the ground, we've got a new Speedo drive gear coming. It's clearly been worn out for quite some time. So put a new one on it. It's like a $30 part. It'll be here in a few days. I didn't catch that when I did the initial teardown, but now it's in my head to double check that because it's been a while since I've done one of these guys. But let's take her another spin and see how she does. See if we made it better. Couldn't have made it worse. So. Well, we can make it worse. Usually we have to try to do that. Now I'm actually just a hair too tight. Really high RPM. So we're gonna back our throttle cable off just a hair. Take it back like 2 clicks and we'll see where it's at until we have it where we like it. I like them tight because I want my firm shifts to be later, but that's how I roll. From second to third, which I didn't know was a problem. I thought it was just fixing leaks, but it does it nicely.
You know, there's parts of your job that don't suck.
This is one of them.
Beautiful car, though.
Yes, it is. I'm gonna guess that forward clutch that I found the broken spring in has something else broken in it.
There's something not happy.
Should have engine braking, and I don't. The joys of working on cars.
Yeah. then you get into everybody has their own little.
Everybody's got their own magic sauce that they like to do to a transmission, so sometimes you never know what's really been done.
Right.
The reality is, the fella that builds these for 600 horsepower builds is probably the right solution for this car.
Yeah.
Well, the good news is the transmission's not leaking any oil. I don't have the speedo hooked up yet because that's the piece I'm waiting on to show up. The bad news is this thing's leaking oil like a sieve. Like, that's not good. I'll have to see what he wants to do about that. But I'm not leaking here, I'm not leaking there. I'm not leaking there, I'm not leaking there. Pan looks good, I'll retorque it. But more than likely, I think we're gonna do a transmission swap out in this for something much better. I believe the forward drum is compromised. In reverse, we can, if I hit it hard in reverse, it'll shudder. And obviously we've got some weird things going on in drive. So figure out what that problem is, find a solution. That's what you do with old cars. You figure out what's broken and then you fix it. We're definitely doing better as far as the oil leaks are concerned, at least for the transmission. So we'll keep moving forward, talk to the customer, see what he wants to do, and make it better. Thanks for watching. Click like, subscribe, leave us a comment below. Have a great day.